Here. Hello, everyone. Alex here from BreathingCold, and I'm with Sam Pilbeam. Pilbeam. How do you say your last name?
Pilbeam. Yeah.
And I'm very excited. You're on the other side of the world. It's evening in Bali. We can see the sunset. And where are you, Sam?
I'm in the beautiful Lake District, as you can see. It's in Cumbria in the UK.
In the UK.
And it's the most perfect day, especially for this.
Yeah. And tell me, you're on a ice bath challenge or cold bath challenge. Tell me a bit about that.
That's right. So, yeah, I decided about 24 days ago, actually, to be precise, to overcome my fear of the cold. I had a fear of dying in the cold, and it would always make me angry and bring up all sorts of fears, and I just really disliked it. And anyway, in December I was out on a dog walk and I slipped up in the mud and I hit my back, so I've got inflammation in my spine, and it was going down into my leg, and so I haven't been able to exercise very much. And I'd looked at all the benefits. I have a good friend called Daniel he's studying the Wim Hof system at the moment, and he told me about all the benefits. And also I'd done some cold water rebirthing. I trained rebirther. I've been doing that for 10 years. But I'd only done like 2 weekends in it, and I thought, no, I've still got more to to explore with the cold. So yeah, I started this journey on the 1st of April, and I've been in the lake every day. I'm on day 22 now.
Woohoo!
And when I first started, it was so cold. It was like 3 degrees. So it's much easier.
What's the temperature now? Do you have an idea? What's the temperature in the water and outside?
So outside, gosh, I'm not sure outside, but it's t-shirt weather, put it that way. That's what we'd say in the UK.
Yeah.
In the water, maybe 7-8 degrees, maybe 9 degrees.
And tell me, 24 days in, right? You've been doing
to 30. I decided to do it for 30 days.
What has changed in your life so far? What are the main benefits for you that you see in just 24 days?
Okay. Oh my God, so many already. So approximately, it was day 13. I had all this fear and vulnerability. It came up on that day after the cold, and I felt this almost shaking in my heart. So when you go into shock and you start shaking to clear the energy, well, that was obviously something that brought up deep inside of me, and it's like I went through all this shock that was inside of me from the cold, and it cleared a massive load of fear from that day, really. And in the beginning, I was walking down. Sorry, there's a speedboat just started. I'll move away. I don't know if you can hear that.
We can't hear it.
So in the beginning, even the thought of walking down was making me feel tense, and I was not looking forward to it. My ego was trying to think of ways I could put it off. And as the days have gone, I've cleared a lot of fear. Now I'm walking down to the lake and feeling relaxed, and it's incredible. And my body is adapting to the cold.
Sam, I want to interrupt you there, because I just want to pick on one thing, and I'm very curious about your take on the parallel with rebirthing. But before we do that, you said something very important. As you were walking down, your ego didn't want you to do it. And I just want to stress that importance of the ego is very happy with the story that you've been telling yourself. And anything that is potentially challenging that idea is a threat to your ego, a threat to the essence of who you believe, who you've created in your mind about who you are. And that's okay. And why should I change? I am who I am. I'm very happy. Leave me alone. Mm-hmm. This is my story. And going into an ice bath is the unknown, is you just don't know. And that's horribly scary for the ego. So well done for going beyond that. So Sam, tell me, you're a rebirther. So you help people reconnect, relieve their past and traumas. Tell me if you see some parallel between your experience as a rebirther and now that experience that you've had with the ice.
Yeah, so it was really, it helped me to release all this fear that was trapped in the body, that I didn't even know about. Sometimes we can have trauma and fear that we think, we're over, our conscious mind thinks, oh, we're over it. But actually, it is stored in the body. And this was incredible for me because, I didn't realize I knew I didn't like the cold. I really hated getting cold, but I didn't realize to the extent, and I had such a deep fear. It was literally, I'm going to die. And sometimes we can pick up this from when we're a child or an infant, because, we don't have the consciousness at that age to realize, we're not going to die of the cold and, it's okay. So we make up this story about the cold, that being cold equals death. So for me, the journey of overcoming the cold and realizing, I'm not going to die, and I've got all these amazing benefits, and it's just such an amazing feeling to be out here, and your body adapts to it, and you're feeling so refreshed. So yeah, that's the journey for me.
Yeah, no, congratulations. And yeah, we can see how vibrant you are. So guys, I had initially intended to also go in the ice, but I actually want to stay with you and feel that and honor you there, because I want it to be about you. So I'm not gonna, I don't see the point. And by saying that, I also want to tell you that, get out whenever you feel like getting out, that don't overstay.
I'll go right under.
If you feel that you start to be shivery, guys, it's also good to, oh, here you go, going under. Yep. And that's fantastic. It's a fantastic, because Sam is experiencing something quite traumatic for the body, but she's doing it consciously. She's chosen to do it. And that makes a whole difference. She's not subject and victim of her environment anymore. Now she's decided to go above and beyond it. And I just want to stress one thing that you said is, I used to hate the cold. And that's the importance of the narrative and the words you use when you say, I'm so happy, I love the cold. And now you are able to rephrase and change the narrative about that example, but you can do that with absolutely everything else in your life. And it's just the switch in the narrative, regardless of the action, just the idea that now I'm sending another message, and this creates new neural pathways in the brain. So what is your relation with the cold now?
My relationship with the cold now, as you can see, I'm really relaxed. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling the benefits of, this skin toning, and, I'm not panicking anymore. I'm actually enjoying it. And if you saw my videos at the beginning, I literally couldn't even think straight, because, sometimes the way we see the problem is the problem. So I was picturing this as, negative. And now I'm looking forward to it. I'm thinking, oh, look at the beautiful lake view, I'm going to feel great when I get out. I'm feeling the benefits. I'm not panicking anymore. I'm actually relaxing, and I've used my breath to actually just calm my system down, calm the vagus nerve down. Instead of in the beginning, short breaths, which I knew I shouldn't do it anyway, but it was really difficult to really use the breath to control how I was feeling and how my body was responding.
I mean, Sam, we can just see you. You're beaming. You seem so happy. And guys, this is it. We are animals, and as such, we adapt to our environment. And look, it's really cold water. And Sam, you're a hero. Tell me, Sam, can you give some tips for people who are, looking at this and maybe feel inspired, but at the same time, they wouldn't know where to start? So give us some beginner's tips.
Yeah. So start small, because if you give yourself, a really big goal and then you fail, that's not so good. You want to have small little victories. So maybe start in the shower, and start with, a cool shower, after your hot shower, and just start by putting it on your legs first and gradually making it colder day by day. And just even, do 20 seconds and then build up. Don't start with ice baths like Alex or getting in the lake, because, you know, it can bring up fear, but start small, give yourself a goal, maybe do one day a week and then build on that.
Cool. Little steps, little steps.
Yes. Yeah.
And you were posting a lot. I'm curious to know how important it was in your own process, the fact that you were, you know, you were kind of had an accountability with the world or, you know, your friends, and you kind of probably had some pressure that came for yourself, that you set for yourself because of that. Was that a big help or a big support, forcing you to kind of do it when you didn't want to?
Yeah, exactly. You know, accountability is so important. And, you know, whether you do it with a buddy or, you know, I chose to do it on Facebook because I knew that I'm the sort of person, you know, I like a challenge and I wasn't going to let myself down or let anyone else down, you know. And so I knew that if I did it on Facebook, then I would have to keep going no matter what. So, you know, even on the coldest days where it was snowing, you know, and the water was so cold, I was numb when I came out, you know, I kept going, and the rewards are so amazing. So yeah, and it's also a safety aspect to do if you're going out in, you know, open water or anything like that. Always, you know, go with someone if you can.
Yes, I mean, the safety is clear. Don't do more than 2 minutes, guys. You know, Sam has been doing it for a while. Do it progressively, do it with someone, have some warm drinks. Make sure that you don't pass your point where you're feeling too shivering, and just make sure that you can put your clothes back on. You know, in nature, it can be pretty dangerous. Now, that being said, Sam, one last thing, and then I will let you get out. Here is what I believe. I believe that we make change in the world, not by doing incredible things that have a scale, but by being ourselves and impacting and people around us and inspiring them to make change in their life. And I wonder if since you started, you felt that you had impacted maybe your friends, maybe people in your family, people around you that maybe had no idea about the possibility for them to change the narrative. What was your experience, and how can you relate to that?
Oh gosh, I mean, that's been one of the most rewarding things, as well as, you know, the changes I've experienced myself, is the amount of people on Facebook. Some people follow me every day, in fact, quite a lot of people, and they're posting, they're saying, you've inspired me to, some people are going in the sea, they're going in waterfalls, in lakes, and many people are having cold showers at the same time. So, you know, that's the whole thing, isn't it? You know, we inspire people instead of telling people what to do. You know, we have to be the leader by saying, look, I'm doing it, and these are the benefits. And oh yeah, it's been amazing, that side of it.
All right, Sam, thank you so much. That was great. We're going to stay live. I'm going to give you the space so you can come out with the camera and maybe do some movement or heat up your body. And I think, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in the ice, and I'm just going to walk you guys through. So maybe your followers and everyone can be interested in having my take on ice baths, because I do ice baths in a very different way than many people. So in a nutshell, here is what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the ice bath. It's about 2-3 degrees. So it's really nice and fresh. Oh. And the way I go into it is I center myself. So I take a few breaths to center myself, breathe through the nose. So I calm down my nervous system. I witness the stories like, oh no, don't do it. No. I just witness it. And I give myself the space to just let it come, slow it down, says, okay, I witness the fear. I witness the resistance. Okay, thank you very much. Then I take an exhale, and as I exhale, I get in the ice. And here is the big thing that I do differently from most people. I let go. So I don't try to control my experience. I don't try to be strong. I don't try to calm the nervous system. I use the ice as a cathartic experience to release anything that is stored in the body, as you said rightly. So if I have anger, tension, anything that is happening in the body, and I'm not conscious of it, the body will feel it and will release it. So some days I get in and whoo, this is a walk in the park. And some days, man, I'm screaming and I'm crying. So the truth is, I don't know what I'm going to happen today. And that's what I find the most out of this is like, every day I'm different. Every day I carry something else. And I just allow the ice to tell me what's going on. So, you know, let's do it. Very happy to do it live with you guys.
That sounds exciting.
So you've got Here you go. You've got the ice bath here. Show you around. We're in my house. It's in Ubud. We've got Jess here. Woo! And we're in the rice fields. It's, you know, so I just put it on me and I'll, so here we go. In the feet. Yeah! Ah! 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 Yeah! Ah! Yeah, and here we go. So, you know, today was just pure joy. I felt, and now I can feel my body's completely alive. I've got, you know, right away tingling sensations and yeah, just joy and love. And, you know, it's Earth Day. It's Earth Day. So I'm really happy to, on this Earth Day, you know, I've posted a message says basically, stop taking care of Mother Earth. Just take care of yourself. Let Mother Earth take care of Mother Earth. And let Sam take care of Sam. And Alex is taking care of Alex. And if everyone does that, everybody will be happy, including Mother Earth. We have to stop fixing everyone and everything. And that's so beautiful.
How long have you been doing the ice baths?
So before I answer, I want to explain what's going on. So my attention is outward. So I'm no longer focused on myself. Was a mistake. So all of a sudden, my nervous system is taking over. I'm not controlling it anymore. So I can feel the shivering coming in as a result of not being honoring myself. And I'm back. So I've been doing this maybe 10 years, no, 6 years. And now I do it every day. Maybe I take 2-3 baths a day sometimes. So it's like,
oh my God.
You know, we solve issues in our tissues. So, you know, for me, getting in the ice is a breath. I just think, okay. Because that's very important. Trauma, as you know, probably as a rebirthers, happen when we're no longer able to complete an event. So we freeze, we are not able to let go of it all. I'm going to get out because I can't do both.
Okay.
So when we are not completing a traumatic experience, that's where all of a sudden the body is storing it. So, you know, you're being raped, abused, you cannot get out because you're a kid and it's your parents, so you're stuck and you freeze. And the freeze is actually a parasympathetic experience. I cannot do anything anymore. So it's beyond the sympathetic where you try to fight or fly. No, okay, you freeze, I can't do anything about it. So, and people feel a lot of shame from it. It's, I wish I had done something, I wish I had done, and it's something that is really hard to handle. That's why we struggle with it for years. I found that the ice bath is a shortcut that gets us to a completion of the somatic experience of trauma. And it can be done through now I had this experience and now my whole body is shaking. So actually welcoming the shake, which is, you know, this animal way of processing trauma. You know, if you see a zebra escaping a lion, it's going to shake and it's going to be eating again. So it's the idea of allowing the body to process whatever is going on. And the cool thing, and what I find interesting against rebirthing and therapy, where you need to relieve the trauma and what happened, there I don't actually need to go back to the event. I can experience a traumatic event, getting in the ice, and releasing it. And now all of a sudden, I don't need to be stuck in the story. I know I can experience, okay, it's a traumatic experience, but hey, I'm getting out of it. So now I'm empowered with, okay, and I'm okay. So it's no longer something that, and I think this is really groundbreaking, and I'm sure a lot needs to be studied on the power of going through the trauma of the ice bath, in this case, willingly, consciously, knowing that I can get out anytime, and then completing the experience, unlike a traumatic experience where you stop. So yeah, that's my take on it. It's getting dark here. I don't know if you can still see me, but yeah. What do you think of all that?
And that sounds amazing. And has that helped you, say, for example, you know, in life when you're becoming stressed, or say you have a really stressful experience, are you able, or traumatic experience, are you able to then just let it go quickly, let it out your body rather than hold on to it?
So for me, it's really that concept of felt sense. So I'm not really worried about resolving it. I'm really wanting to be able to feel it. So even if it's not something that I'm going to resolve, I'm going to be conscious of it. I'm going to be aware of it. I'm going to have that awareness. And that's really, so I'm not going to suppress anymore. I'm not going to try to say, okay, I don't want to think about it. It's really that, okay, I'm angry with this person. Okay, let's allow that. I'm going to put some light. I think you tried. Oh, here we go. Better light. So it's really that idea of awareness and consciousness. And sometimes I resolve it, sometimes I don't. But now I always say, I don't feel like I'm Superman. I feel finally I'm a human, you know, I'm a human. I'm a functioning human who is allowing himself to be vulnerable, to have difficulties, to have, you know, all the range of emotions and struggle that we go as humans, but I own it. I don't suppress it. I don't hide anymore of what's going on. And that's what has really changed for me. It's really developing that radical honesty with myself. It really has nothing to do with anyone. It's just, I don't pretend anymore. I don't try to be anything or anymore. And for me, the ice and breath work have been the tools that got me to, live more truthfully, because we are animals and we are superior animals as long as we collaborate and support each other and all that. But for most of us, unfortunately, and I was one of them, we have been consumed by the tools that we've created. So we're no longer empowered. We're no longer able to function in a way that is how we've been conceived as humans. We are robots. You know, your mind is not yours. It's owned by Facebook and Amazon. You know, you don't choose your books. It's suggested by Amazon. You don't read, you don't choose, you know, this bullshit world we live in. This ice bath and breathwork brings me back to my beautiful truth, my truth. And some days I know I'm not okay. And some days I know I'm okay. But yeah, so for me, it's more that developing, it's a tool for awareness. And of course, yes, of course, I resolve, because I don't let the trauma happen anymore. So if someone is bullying me, or I have something really triggering that happens that brings me back, I don't know what it is. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so angry at her. Why am I so angry at her? Or, you know, something coming up in a relationship or with my kids. And I don't know where it's coming from. I get in the ice. Oh, I do half an hour breath work. And I got the answer, you know?
That's amazing. And it's you know, to be authentic is just freedom, isn't it, really? Because we're not having to put on any masks and pretend, you know, we're just who we are.
And you know why I do this? Because, and we do it live. It's really not with the idea of showing off or anything. I really don't care. I do believe that's how we change the world. We change the world by just being ourselves, not trying to tell people what they need to do, but just, if you are yourself, whoever you are watching this, if you are yourself, this is the number one thing you can do to change the world. Because when you do that, you allow other people to be your mirror, say, oh my God, I can be myself as well. That's amazing. I don't have to pretend anymore. That's amazing. Okay. and this is what myself look like today. I'm going to be myself. And I think that's why I want to, you know, we have to stop the narrative of the teachers and the gurus and all this nonsense of someone is, oh, I'm superior to you and now I have something to teach you. And because that's not empowering people to do the same. So one day I hope I will be able to do like him or like her, and we compare ourselves, and I will have his abs or her butt, or, you know, this bullshit narrative that we have created in our society, which is for what? For what? You know, this is not how we're going to be happy. So yeah,
comparing yourself, it doesn't bring happiness. So I just need to put my gown on just to warm up a little bit, because it's not as warm as it is in Bali here, I'm sure. So.
I can show you guys. It's a wonderful sunset here. Wonderful sunset.
What's the temperature there?
It's nice because it cools down in the evening. I don't know, 20, 25, 22, 26.
Oh, nice.
It's really, no, we are blessed. We are blessed. You know, I shouldn't say too loud, but
we've got some swimmers here.
All right, darling. Well, I think we've said it all. So, guys, just be yourself.
Fantastic.
This is beautiful Mother's Day video, Mother Earth Day. Leave your mother, take care of herself. And
thanks for having me.
So where do we follow you, and what is your offering so we can support you?
So my company is The Quantum Questions, and that is it on Facebook, thequantumquestions.com. And my Facebook is Sam Pilbeam, and that's spelled Pilbeam. If you want to friend me on there, and you can watch my journey with the cold. So I finished that on the 30th of April, but actually I'm going to keep it going. Not every day, but, you know, as much as possible. So, yeah.
Amazing. And the science is super clear on all that. So well done for doing that.
Yeah.
And for me these days, I love to share on Telegram. I've created a little group called Breath is the Answer. And this is for me, I'm tired of Facebook and Instagram where, you know, I just want to change a bit of a narrative, and I find Telegram to be a bit more neutral platform. So I post what I read, what I get inspired by. These days, I'm all about trauma, because I feel that we are living a social trauma together, and I think we can, by understanding the science of it all, using breath, ice baths, and all the modalities, we can really do a lot. So I'm posting quite a bit on that. So Telegram, Breath is the Answer. Otherwise, BreathingCold. I see people swimming behind you. And BreathingCold, online teacher training on breathwork, ice baths, authentic relating, all sorts of stuff. But always happy to support anyone in need. So if you guys need any support, always reach out. And thank you, Sam, for coming today.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. I'll follow you on Telegram, and also your YouTube videos I've started watching. So it's been great. Thanks so much.
All right, guys. Beautiful.
See you. Bye.